Welcome to the Loveland All Sports Podcast, where the land of love can get updates on not only Loveland sports, but learn and discuss many sports topics. Shoot any ideas you want to lovelandallsports@gmail.com, and be sure to follow us on Facebook at the Loveland All Sports Pod. Loveland All Sports Pod is sponsored by Meredith DeWitt of Brittany Fritch Realty, Loveland's #1 boutique brokerage. Contact Meredith for any and all of your real estate needs at meredithbfteam@gmail.com. This week, we spent some time with two young men that have been involved in all aspects of Loveland football. Loveland Youth football, middle school, high school, with positive varsity experiences, and are now part of our high school football staff, coaching and leading our Tigers. They both have great career goals, and anyone would be happy to have these studs lead your kids to be a positive role model. So please enjoy this week's session. All right, good evening. Sitting here at Cappy's, sponsor with the Loveland All Sports Cast, having a conversation with two young men that both played Loveland Youth football, both played Loveland Middle School, both played for Loveland High School, and now they're giving back to Loveland High School by being coaches on our football team. Here with Ryan Bagnoli, class of 17, varsity offensive coordinator, JV head coach, and here with Nate Holman, who I know very well, class of 20, and our freshman head coach. Thanks to both you guys for coming back to help put a positive thing on the field with the departure of our head coach in the spring. That was obviously a blow to all of us. But just like Loveland, man, there were so many people that stepped up to help us keep it to be a successful, or to be not on the field the record-wise, but have a positive experience for the kids. So appreciate it. Welcome, boys.
Thank you.
Thanks. Like
thanks
I
for
said,
having us.
I got to say that. So
Thanks for having
first
us.
question I got. So you both have Beagles. Who's going to win a fight versus Nash versus Sadie?
Oh, you already know the answer to this.
It's Nash.
What? No.
He's bigger. He's
He's bigger. Sadie's just going to run laps around him until he has to scream because he can't run anymore.
That is true. That is true. We were playing, it was 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, you came over with Nash.
Yeah. We're playing, and Nash is chasing Sadie, and he likes to screech when he's
Tired?
excited, I guess you'd say, or
I
playing.
don't know. He wasn't running. He was laying down and screaming, and Sadie was wanting to play.
He's about 40 pounds. If he can catch Sadie, then I'd say it might happen, but...
Where'd the name Nash come from?
Oh, man, I wanted to go with Cash, and then my girlfriend was like, you don't listen to Johnny Cash, and I was like, it sounds cool.
Yeah.
And so Nash it is.
So Charlie was like, it's got maybe Steve Nash. He's a big basketball fan, whatever. I don't even know. What's Sadie from?
I just picked the name, honestly.
Yeah.
It reminded me a little bit back home in Texas, a little bit. Just a southern twang. I liked it. Just yell Sadie, and she comes running every time. It's great.
That's awesome. No, for those that don't know, Nate Holman has been dating my daughter for over 5 years.
Yep.
They live together. So there's a few things in here that the average interviewer will know about our interviewee. So before we get into football, let's learn a little bit about you guys. So Ryan, tell us a little bit about growing up, and you're a Loveland guy, right?
Yeah, so I grew up in Loveland. I've been in Loveland pretty much my entire life. Started, obviously, in '98 when I was born. Lived with 4 sisters, so I'm the youngest of 4 sisters. I've grown up in Loveland pretty much my entire life, and I love it here. It's pretty much about it. I played football, baseball, and basketball growing up through Loveland, and I've had a really good time doing that, and I'm looking forward to giving back, and that's why I've chose to coach. I had a lot of good memories playing youth sports, middle school sports, and high school sports. I really look forward to giving back in that aspect, and that's what's really kept me around Loveland, is being able to coach and having that opportunity to do so.
Awesome. And Nate, what about you? You grew up in Texas.
Yeah, born here in Cincinnati. Dad's job took us out to Texas when I was around 5 or 6. West Texas, Lubbock, go Red Raiders. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, grew up in Lubbock, Texas. My younger years, Friday Night Lights is basically true story. That was my experience playing youth football there. I actually played up 2 years in age group just to be able to play tackle football and just skip flag entirely. Tried the soccer route as a kid, and they asked my parents politely to please don't come back. So my dad was super happy about that, and we went from football from there. So that was my younger years. Dad's job took us back home to Cincinnati, and that was right around the middle of 5th grade, right around Christmas time. 6th grade was my first year playing Loveland Youth football. And then from there, throughout middle school and all high school, it's football and lacrosse.
Okay. Awesome. So what, Ryan, back to you. What is your favorite youth football memory?
Oh, man. There's a couple. I'd say 6th grade, I was on Jason Meyer's team. When I played, I don't want to sound like an old head, but when I played, there was like 3 or 4 youth football teams per grade level. So it was a lot more, there was a lot more kids playing, and it was super competitive amongst the grade levels. Like, we'd get in fights at school. My team's better than your team. But there's a couple of years where we were pretty good and won a Super Bowl 3 or 4 times on our team. So that was one of our pretty good memories, I'd say. And
that was back when the league did it the right way, where they had one division for the Super Bowl. Now the way they do it is they have 6 divisions, and you play a 4-game play or 2-game playoff, and they give out 6 Super Bowl trophies. And you got everybody, we won the Super Bowl, but it was Division 7.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
How I remember it was the Super Bowl was always at Indian Hill, and it was like a 4 or 5 game playoff type of deal, where depending on how your record was throughout the season, you got a first round bye, and then you jump around that way. But that was definitely probably a highlight of my youth sports memory here at Loveland, winning a couple of Super Bowls going into middle school.
Nate, what do you remember about youth football? Or what's a good memory?
Well, I got a few ones. We were talking about it before, and I always laughed at the big man caps that we had to wear beforehand. We'd have to weigh in before every game, and I had my fingers crossed. Please don't put the yellow cap. Please don't put the yellow cap, because I was over the weight limit, and we had 4 or 5 guys that would have it on at a time that were in my grade. Another one, too. I only really had 1 year at the youth side of things here in Loveland, so I don't really have a whole lot of memories. But one that I actually still have with me, Tony Wesley was one of our coaches, because his younger son was
Booster board member.
Yeah, and his son was on our team, and he had this giant, I think it was like a 2x6 for the board drill. And at the end of the season, he cut it up and he gave 1 piece to every player on the team. Awesome. I actually still have my piece on a little Loveland mantle that I've had since.
That's pretty cool.
All the way there. I still have it with me to this day, and I love it.
I'll embarrass myself. I still have the piece of my high school board. I'm 53, and I still know exactly where that piece of board is. So keep that thing forever. So talk a little bit about high school. Ryan, you played football, obviously. It's at Loveland, but any other sports in high school?
So I played football, baseball, and basketball. I quit basketball after my freshman year, and then I focused on football and baseball. But those are the 2 sports I've mostly played. I still love basketball. I couldn't really shoot too much, and my height's not the best. Right. So
you could get by in youth.
Yeah, I could get by in youth. So I was actually a big man in 8th grade, and then moving up next year, freshman year, I was playing the 1 and the 2. So it was a little different, but I enjoyed it. I love basketball. There's a lot of transitions between basketball and football, so I enjoy it. I enjoyed playing baseball. Played summer ball, did that whole route. So I love sports. That's why I'm coaching.
And you were fortunate to be in school when we won state.
Yeah, I didn't play too much, but I was part of that experience. To see that happen, to see those guys go undefeated, to see the community behind the team, to see that grit, that mentality that state team had was awesome. Trying to get back to there eventually. I think it's possible in the near future. But no, that was definitely a highlight coming in, being extremely successful in youth and middle school, and then first year of high school, it's wow, they just won 15 games in a row, and kind of seeing that and being a part of that, so it was awesome.
And then Nate, you mentioned you played lacrosse in high school as well, right?
Yeah, I played lacrosse in high school. I think 2 years JV. I got 1 year on varsity because we didn't get a spring season due to COVID. Oh, yeah. But I wasn't going to be able to play my senior year because I had to unfortunately get a shoulder surgery, so it wasn't going to happen anyway.
Right.
But 3 years of that with 2 years at the middle school level, and then that was it. 2 years at middle school level. 7th grade was my first year playing lacrosse. I actually got poached from baseball. I was not a great baseball player at all. I was terrible, and I hated it. Your dad's a
baseball guy.
My dad is a huge
guy, so they were pushing you that way.
Phenomenal, both of them. Both could play at a very high level. Brother, fortunately, got the opportunity to go play football, so he did that instead of going to play baseball in college. My dad actually played baseball and football for some time at Marietta, a small Division III school down in southeast Ohio. Yep. But I got poached from baseball to go do that. Couldn't hit a ball for anything, and I couldn't catch for anything. So they said, hey, can we get the big athletic football guy to just sit in the middle of the 6-foot middle stick and just have him go everywhere and hit everybody, and it's encouraged. I was like, why has no one told me this sooner?
Right.
And then from there it was history. There was a lot of Coach Casones, who's a huge part of the Loveland lacrosse community. here. I will always remember him on, I think it was like maybe my 10th game, and I still didn't really understand the whole thing. He says, Nate, you're allowed to hit people with your stick, but you're not allowed to hit them everywhere. You can't hit them in their legs, and you can't hit them in the head. And I just didn't understand that whatsoever. Most of my first year of lacrosse, I sat in the penalty box for about a minute every probably 2 minutes.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, had a great time in the summer playing that as well. And again, a great sport that complements football a lot.
Yeah.
From footwork to physicality to learning how to use leverage and your feet. I was a better football player because I played lacrosse.
Got it. Good.
Yep.
So I got to tell a quick story here talking about Nate in high school. Nate was a senior playing varsity football as a senior.
Yeah.
And I'm coaching Charlie in like 5th or 6th grade youth football. And there's this boy that my daughter starts talking to.
Oh, gosh.
And you know how you guys are. It's a talking to, you're in a thing, then you're dating, and whatever the different levels are of courtship these days. And so
I still don't fully understand it.
Nate, through a relationship he had with a kid on our team, he decides to come volunteer a few nights to help us out on the youth field, Phillips Park under the lights. And I'm the O-line, D-line coach, and this night in particular is offensive line. And there's this guy that's now dating my daughter. And I got a hold of all the linemen and was like, boys, we know 2 things on offensive line. We know when and we know where. We know when the play's going off and we know where it's going. And you have to think with your head as offense. If you're defensive lineman, you can be dumb as a box of rocks. They're all stupid.
That's
they go
right.
straight, they
Oh
go
my
left,
gosh.
they go right.
Yep.
And anyone can play defense, but it takes a skilled brain surgeon to play offensive line. I turn around and look at this guy that's been dating my daughter for a month, and he's just staring me down. And it was absolutely awesome. But that started our friendship, man. It was great, because now here we are 5-6 years later, and that's a good story to talk about. So
It's funny.
good football experiences, you guys.
It's great.
We've never both talk a little bit about it. You came off this. You watched the state championship happen, and then that your sophomore year, I remember we had 120 sophomore through seniors because everybody wanted to play football.
No, yeah,
And
it
then your
was.
junior year and senior year dropped off.
Yeah, it
And
was.
Nate comes on board. So talk a little bit about that.
There was about 120 kids coming out. It felt like everyone wanted to be a part of the team.
You
coming
didn't have jerseys
off
for
that.
everybody.
Yeah, so everyone was wanting to come out for the team after that 2013 state championship year. Sophomore year, there was a lot of hype just coming off that state title, and we had Lakota West. I remember this.
Oh, yeah.
Or we had
Miami.
Lakota West at Miami, and I knew I was going to play a little bit as a sophomore. And there's a kid ahead of me that was struggling, and I went in halftime after that game and started my sophomore year at that game playing. So we went 6-4. Drew Plitt was the quarterback. Had some big offensive linemen, some big-time guys. Michael Ralph, he went to Wofford. Ian Lever, he went to Miami. Camden Bauke, he went to Malone. So there was guys on that offensive line all over. Size up front, had some big guys all over. But it was 6-4, not really the expectation we had, but like the morale was good. The community was still behind us. We still had the numbers at all 3 levels of the high school. So the team was there. The numbers were there. We just, for whatever reason, we couldn't put it together. There was a couple of games. We had the lead and we lost. Last second type of thing, going for 2. But that's been our mentality, been gritty in the last couple of years, and even when we were in high school.
We
That
weren't
mentality.
sneaking up on anybody.
No.
Your sophomore through senior year, we won state in 13.
Yeah.
People woke up week 8 and said, this wing T in Loveland's for real.
Yeah.
Holy cow. And then we end the season and go into playoffs, but you weren't sneaking up on anybody after that.
No, and it's tough running the wing T when you get behind a couple of possessions and you're chasing. And I hate to say it, when you're 2 possessions down in a wing T, it's really tough to get back because you don't have the weapons on the outside. You don't have the explosive plays. But I was forever grateful to play in that offense. And right now we run a kind of variation of it, 2-back stuff with the varsity. It's old school football, but we're dressing it up with our new ways and different stuff that way.
That's awesome.
But
so both, go ahead.
No,
Sorry, Ron.
you're good. Go ahead.
So both of you had experiences to take your football to the next level. Both of you played in college. Nate, talk about yours first.
Yeah, mine was interesting coming right out of COVID, actually in the middle of COVID. I finished my last half of senior year of high school during COVID, and I began my college academic and athletic career in the middle of COVID, which was extremely fun. I know for the past few years, the term COVID red shirt has been thrown out for a while. I actually still have mine. I can still use that if I ever want to go back, but unfortunately my body is screaming no when I try to do scout team during practice with the freshmen here.
Right.
Can't do that. I came right in the middle. I went to Heidelberg University up north in Tiffin, a small Division III, and in a dog of a conference. You got Mount Union, who is a national contender every year, John Carroll, Ohio Northern, a local one in the area, Wilmington, a little bit north of Cincinnati, kind of Dayton area. Marietta, where my father actually played, which was really cool to be able to play against my father's alma mater. My freshman year, we didn't get a fall season. We actually played in the spring.
Right.
So the year was flipped. Our spring practice session was in the fall, and it went all the way till, I think it was like late November. Had the winter off, and then it was like January 1st. I'm like, all right.
It's
football season. I was like, what? And they let us play 5 games.
Right.
So they split the division into 2 subdivisions, and then the 5th game was basically, actually the 6th game. The 6th game was basically the championship. Heidelberg went through, had a dogfight against John Carroll, and while this is all going on, we're getting lake effect of Cleveland. It's like February, and I'm from Cincinnati, where we freak out about 3 inches of snow. I'm out there playing with no sleeves, with Vaseline all over my arms and legs, in a blizzard with 8 feet of snow piled up along the sidelines.
Right.
And we're like, all right, let's go play football. Huh?
So goofy.
What is this?
Yeah,
I'm playing, it's an ice bowl. What is this? This isn't even a blizzard. And we had a dogfight against John Carroll to end up going to play Mount Union for the championship at Mount Union that year. I didn't get a whole lot of playing time that freshman year. I got some time on the side, on the D-line. But my sophomore year is when I was able to get some quality time. Unfortunately, before the season started, I was riddled with injuries. Ankles were basically saying, yeah, I can't support a 325-pound man, and my knees and my feet were following suit. And unfortunately, I had to have a doctor tell me, you want to chase your kids or you want to chase a football? And I was like, yeah, I'm not getting paid for this. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I want to chase my kids. And that's when I hung up my cleats. It was a really tough decision. I didn't want to walk away.
Who does?
No, it was. I was living and breathing. I was getting the opportunity very soon, and I got to learn under an amazing coach, Colin Humphreys. He came in as a GA. I forget where prior. But he came in, and in 2 years had the numbers good enough to go to Kentucky, an SEC school, and present to their staff saying, I'm a good enough defensive line coach to coach here. And he was the assistant defensive line coach at Kentucky for 1 year. I think that, I don't forget when that was. But after his time at Kentucky, he's now actually with the Indianapolis Colts.
Wow.
And I had a amazing mentor to learn the game of football. No one really taught me the game of football until I got to college. I knew, concepts and all of this.
Because you're running the wing team, man.
Yeah, pretty simple. It's, what's a screen? What is this? Huh?
Right.
What the? And taught me the game of football through there, and I think that's where I got a little bit of my coaching bug was from him, because I saw him as a pseudo-father figure. And that entire coaching staff up at Heidelberg. Love them. I still have close friends that are still actually playing, and I graduated from college last year. That COVID red shirt is still a beast even till this day, if he still got it. I got a buddy who actually still has a year, I think 2 years, because he had 2 medical red shirts. He still has 2 years of eligibility, and we came in as freshmen.
There's a lot about you taking that opportunity, having the injuries, and then finishing your degree 2 years later. So you were on the 4-year plan, 2 different schools, which was absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
To be able to say I did it, but then you're ready to get on with life instead of sitting here. I'm in my 8th year playing.
Yeah, 8th year
Division III football.
playing Division III football,
Right.
and I love my buddy to death.
Right.
And I'm going to send him this part of this podcast just to poke fun at him. And he's going to go, no, you're absolutely right. I just don't want to grow up yet.
Yeah,
I can see it now. I can see him in front of me just smiling, going, yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And Ryan, you played a little ball at Mount St. Joe.
Yeah, I played 2 years there. My first year, I broke my ankle week 2, so I was out 8 games. That was, I'd say, really my biggest injury, although I've had a couple concussions, which kind of led to me not coming back my junior year. So I got told that I couldn't play or wasn't cleared for junior year right before camp. So I didn't end up going back to Mount St. Joe at the time. I'm currently finishing up there. I'll be done in December. So by that time, I reached out to Coach Cruz, and that's like how I got my coaching start. Was I didn't really have a direction. It was all right, I can't play football, but I want to be around the game. So I was thankful enough for him to give me an opportunity to coach football. But I was on some really good teams at Mount St. Joe. That first year, we were 7-3, second in the conference. And then my sophomore year, I was thankful enough to play 7 games on a really good team. We were 8-2, I think, and then we won the conference. And they've really been on a winning streak there. I want to say it's back-to-back for them. So they've had a lot of success. Coach Hop's done a great job over there. He was a special teams coordinator. Coach Hubie, who recruited me, he left. And now Coach Hop's there, and he's been there for, I want to say, 7 or 8 years, and he's done a fantastic job. And then Coach Coral, I'm very thankful for him. He was my offensive coordinator there. He and I are still pretty close. I've got to see him speak at a couple of conferences, coaches clinics and stuff. He's now at St. Thomas in Minnesota. That's a Division I FCS school. So it's cool to see him each week put up explosive numbers there, and it's fun to watch them out continue to have success. And Coach Hop and Coach Coral have done a great job, and I'm very thankful for my relationship with both of those guys.
They're a great program to have here in this area. I've got a lot of connections at Mount St. Joe, as you and I have talked about before. But I got a little birdie that from another little birdie told me to ask you, how'd you break your ankle in college?
Oh, man. Thursday,
I don't think I've heard this.
Thursday walkthrough, running back coach for working Indy. There's a wheel route, and ball's thrown behind me, and I go to plant, and my ankle plants, and my entire body goes the entire direction.
And walk through.
Snapped it in half. So, yeah, it was 8 pins, or is 8-inch plate, 8 screws, and then they tied all my ligaments back together.
Oh, my goodness.
So I spent my freshman year recovering from that, and it was something else. I still feel it to this day. It's still fat and swollen.
So you had a pretty traumatic injury in walkthrough in college.
Yep.
Nate, why don't you talk about how you got poked in the eye at West Claremont last year?
Oh my gosh, I don't even really remember.
Because this is worse than yours, Bags.
No.
I got a few war stories
seeing
from
it.
coaching, and I've only been coaching. This would be my 2nd year.
So last year was a rough year. You got poked in the eye at West Claremont.
Yeah.
And then you also got hit in the manhood
I
during a
did.
one-on-one drill for freshmen.
In the summer.
So
and I was a
those
dummy.
make Bagses look like NFL injuries compared to what you went through.
Oh
you were
yeah,
just standing there
I was
times.
just standing twice. The West Claremont one.
Got to get back.
Yeah, right. The kids got into it on the sideline, and I was in front of me, and the game is so much bigger than emotions, and it gets in the way. It's happened to the best of us. It's happened to me. The last thing I want to see is a good matchup and a good game get destroyed because some kids got too emotional on either side of the ball. So me and my great wisdom, I stepped in between and said, all right, really not wanting our player to get thrown out. And I turned to box our player away, and I end up facing the West Claremont player, and I don't know if I got poked or I got punched, but one of the two happened, and all I know is I can't see out of I forget which eye it was even. I can't really see out of it because it was swollen shut, and I was just livid and seeing red. Luckily, I believe Coach Williams or someone was beside me and had to hold me from the back of the shirt and pulled me away.
Because your fight or
And it
flight
was
kicked in.
it was not good.
Am I going to fight this high school kid?
It was not
or
good.
Am I gonna walk away?
It was not good. So that happened, and then the next morning, I showed up to coach the freshman team, and I had to wear glasses because I had such a black eye. Like I couldn't even see out of my eye because it was swollen shut. It was the best pregame speech I think I've ever given, and it just came from a place of pure hatred and just aggression.
Right.
And my kids loved it. We put a donut on the board against them that Saturday morning, and we ran it up against 50 because I was just like, I let them have it.
You looked like a celebrity out there with your sunglasses on. It was an overcast day.
My
You had your
sunglasses, my
on.
beanie, my
it was
joggers,
great.
my T-shirt, just my
We're gonna be
typical
talking
get
about
up.
that one forever.
Oh my gosh! And don't even get me started on the whole getting hit in the manhood deal. Oh my goodness, that was a fun one.
That was a rough year.
That was an expensive ER trip to make sure I was okay.
Yes, it was. And I was out of town for work, and I'm getting texts about you're in the ER. It was too funny.
Freak accident. I don't blame him one bit, and I'm happy that I can sit back and laugh about it today. But he hit me so hard. He broke his own thumb.
Yes.
That's the part I don't understand. So there's a running joke, and I'm not going to say on here, because I don't even know if we can go that far, but I got something of steel is kind of a joke in my family, because I don't know how that's possible.
That's awesome. That's great. Good memories, good stories, good you guys taking from youth football up to where you had a chance to play in college. And before we get into your coaching, let's take a little break and enter what I call Josh's smoking seat.
Oh, no.
I'm going to rattle off a series of questions. It's rapid fire, and I'll just go Ryan and then Nate. So, Ryan, Skyline or Gold Star?
Skyline.
LeBron or Jordan?
LeBron.
I'm not a basketball guy. I don't know. Honestly, just because I like neither, I'd go Kobe. I love the motivational side behind him. I've always turned to Kobe quotes. I like Kobe.
When you eat corn on the cob, are you a typewriter or a rotator?
Typewriter.
It's gonna be weird. I'm both.
Okay. You're like anarchy, just wherever.
I just chomp.
I
I'm like a
I
beaver.
believe that,
I'm like
yeah.
a beaver.
I see that.
What's your first concert, Ryan?
Oh, I believe it was Luke Bryan.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I don't like crowded, loud places. Your daughter forced me to go to Pitbull the other year, and that was like 2 years ago, and that was my first concert, and I had a great time, and I've been to one concert since. I've only been to 2 concerts in my life, but it's Pitbull.
Yeah, that's
Sit down at the
that's not a
casino.
good.
No, that was at Riverbend.
When you make cereal, do you put milk in the bowl first or cereal
Oh
first?
gosh, not this thing. We've been fighting over this for years.
I heard the captain's talking about this, and I know your take already,
Yeah.
but I like to go cereal first because I don't like a lot of milk, so I can judge it. It's all right, that's enough.
good.
But I like to eat it crunchy.
I will die on this hill before I ever admit that you're right, Josh. We will never see eye to eye on this. We will never agree. It is cereal, then milk, and I press the cereal below the milk line to make sure it is all well coated in milk and it is not soggy, but just soft where I get a slight crunch.
That's
Well,
insanity.
I'll let you have a lot of flexibility in our relationship, but this is one thing that we will
No, we
continue to
will,
fight
we
about.
will, yeah, no, to the day we die.
All right, Kendrick or Drake?
Kendrick, he's a lyric. His lyrics are amazing.
That was from your player, Charlie DeWitt.
Shout out Charlie.
So you both said Kendrick?
Yes.
So Guns N' Roses or Kendrick?
Oh, man.
Do they have beef?
I don't know.
No. Okay, I was going to say what.
We're just
I was
going
like, what?
genres. Yeah.
Oh, man, Kendrick.
Guns N' Roses.
There we go.
Guns N' Roses,
That's why
yeah.
I love you, man. All right.
Yeah.
Do you put, when you make a peanut butter and jelly, do you put peanut butter on one piece of bread or both?
Gosh darn it.
So this is funny. The kids were outside the coach's office yesterday making peanut butter and jelly, and this was a debate amongst them. And there was 4 or 5 kids. 2 of them had it on the correct way, which is peanut butter on both sides of the bread.
Yes.
And then light jelly.
No.
And then there's a couple of them that had peanut butter on one side and then jelly on the other.
Bro.
I don't like jelly, so I like
Light jelly.
peanut butter on both sides and light jelly in the middle. And
I
the
make
perfect
an
way to make a peanut
Uncrustable.
butter.
And I will admit it, I am a 23-year-old man and I still eat Uncrustables. I still buy Uncrustables from Sam's. They're amazing, phenomenal.
You heat them up?
No, I actually sit on them for about 5 minutes right out of the freezer. It thaws it out perfectly. The inside of the peanut butter is still crisp and frozen. The jelly is thawed out and the bread is soft. It's amazing.
So when you started dating Zoe, I asked Zach, hey, do you know this Nate guy? And he goes, he keeps his own peanut butter and bread in his locker and eats peanut butter all day.
Peanut butter kid.
So that was Zach's first impression of you as he was.
I was being generous. I would leave my house early every morning to go to Kroger, get a fresh loaf of bread, a white bread, and peanut butter and jelly if needed. And I would make PB&Js for the kids that didn't bring lunch, because there was always some freshman or some sophomore that was a knucklehead and didn't bring lunch for a 2 a day.
Yep.
And I have too big of a heart to let them starve, because I've done that before and I said never again. It was also a way I didn't have to make lunch in the morning or at night. I could just make it during lunch. Dual purpose.
So Ryan, if you had 10 tries, could you tackle Derrick Henry?
I'm gonna go with yes.
Anybody can do something in 10 tries. I think I've done it. I've never rode in a skateboard before, and I think I've done an ollie in 10 tries. Like,
That's not tackling Derrick Derrick
Oh, I
Henry?
could tackle Derrick Henry.
I'm shooting low.
It's going to hurt.
Ryan will catch you. You won't.
Listen, wow, really?
You won't.
Dive, hitting the A-gap, nose guard, mano y mano.
All right.
It hurt though.
It will hurt, but pain is temporary. Pride is forever.
Awesome. Great job. Thanks for having some fun there, guys. So let's talk a little bit about coaching and getting into, like, Ryan, this year. What have you learned this year coaching at Loveland Varsity?
So I found out, like everybody, late May, that Coach Cruz was leaving, and he went ahead and called me. I was ecstatic for him. I thought it was a heck of an opportunity. And so we're, as coaches, wondering, all right, who's next? What's next? So there's a couple of texts shot out, and us offensive guys were like, all right, we don't know who's going to be next, what the next coach who holds it, that kind of opening. So we're shooting texts back and forth, and we don't really want to miss a beat. So we found out it was a Thursday, May 27th, I want to say, and we had our first practice that following Tuesday. Coach Allen and I, Coach Roberts and I, we all got together and we're like, all right, the show must go on. So yeah, our head coach isn't here, who's another offensive guy. So we went ahead and didn't really miss a beat, went ahead with our install and installed without really missing a beat, and the kids were all for it. They were great early on. I'd say it was the best camp we've seen in the last 5 years that I've been coaching. The kids were flying around. We were healthy. Coming out of camp, we weren't as healthy, and that's what really why we're not as successful as we'd like to be this year, is because of injuries early on. We've seen that the last couple of weeks, getting our guys healthy. But starting this year, it was us as a running back coach, coming over from the defense side of the ball. And then Coach Damewood brought me into the office, and Coach Allen, I want you guys to be co-offensive coordinators. And Alfie's really good. Coach Allen's really good with the run game, and I'm pretty good with the pass concepts and stuff. So we really meshed together with Coach Roberts, who has the expertise on how to get everything installed. So it's really been a three-headed coordinator, three-headed monster on the offensive side. But it's been a heck of an opportunity. It's been overwhelming at times. It's about 7 days a week, Sunday through Monday. But I enjoy it. It's football. It's the X's and O's. It's watching stuff on Friday nights. It's seeing stuff on Saturdays. And it's like, all right, how do we put our kids in the best position possible? So a lot of the stuff we do, it's probably been seen at the college level, or it's been seen elsewhere. But I feel like we've been really successful at what we've done the last couple of weeks. But it's been a really great opportunity for me, getting thrown into that role at such a young age. I do want to coach, be a head coach somewhere, whether it's at Loveland in a couple of years, or it's somewhere else in the state of Ohio, or somewhere down south. So it's been a great learning experience for me. I've been really grateful. We have great kids who are really bought in.
Yep.
And we got a really big game this week. It's do or die. We go ahead and knock off Anderson, which hasn't been done this year, which our kind of motto going into this week's why not us?
Yeah.
You've heard that at the college level, you hear it now, but really why not us? They're 9-0. They've beaten up on us the last couple of years. They might be overlooking us, where Kings was overlooking us the last 2 years ago, where we went ahead and knocked them off and then got into the playoffs. We're in a really good position at Loveland, and we're real positive, even though we haven't had the success that we wanted, but that's where it's at, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity I've been given for this year.
So you talked about your goals. What are your coaching goals, or what are your professional goals? You're going to finish up with your degree here soon.
No, yeah,
Is your goal to focus on football?
Yes and no. My coaching led me back into the profession of wanting to be a teacher, so I'll finish up with my education studies degree in December. And if there's an opportunity where I can go ahead and coach and teach at the same school and be in the same district as that, and it's something
great.
That'd
Yeah.
be great for me. And then if there's something that opens up in Loveland, that's something I'd love to go ahead and hop on. But yeah, that's where my profession wants to go, be an educator and coach football. And if there's something at the next level, college-wise, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of connections throughout the city and throughout the state. So
That's great. Yeah, especially because I didn't realize that you were getting your education degree. So
Yeah.
that's what's great, because you'll be able to do both of those and either love that for the rest of your career or take the next step,
Yeah.
1 or 2 levels up. So that's awesome. Nate, what about you? What'd you learn this year?
Oh man, what have I not learned?
Yeah.
I learned to multitask. That's a big one.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, I am not in the school whatsoever. I actually work in Fairfield. I get up at 4:50 to start my day, I'm on the road heading to my branch, which is 30 minutes away. I
Who
live
do
in
you work for?
Fastenal. We're an industrial service deal. So I go into industrial plants and factories and just manufacturing areas.
You're in the
And
sales capacity?
yes, in the sales capacity, and I go in and I sell the products to help them do what they're good at, and that's making their product, and I'm good at doing what I do, and that's managing their inventory. So I have a bunch of customers over in the Fairfield area that I've been able to help out and grow tremendously. And if anyone's interested, please reach out. I would love to help you. Shameless plug there. Right. Yeah, so my day starts at 4:50, on the road by 6 to my branch to open up. I'm typically the first one in or the second one in, depending on the day. Opening up, getting it started, and I don't take a lunch, so I can coach. And I am all gas, no breaks from 6:30 at work till 2:30. I get a 30-minute jam session in my car, yelling at people in traffic to try and get to football as soon as I can. And my assistant coaches are amazing at helping me do the beginning of practice things such as board drill and hitting the sled as I am sprinting up the hill, changing my shirt from a blue polo to a orange Loveland shirt, and then going from there. So that's a big one. And then on the backside of that, getting home at 6:30 after the fact, and then hitting the film sessions of scouting and looking at a bunch of different stuff from that perspective, and just managing a team. That's also something that I've learned. And golly, it's like herding a bunch of cats. I don't like to be told to go into a corner.
Yeah,
but
parents thinks it's easy because they think you're being paid $40,000 a year or something to coach freshman football.
Man, I wish.
Exactly. We'd
It'd
all
be great. It'd be great.
Man, I wouldn't be complaining.
I always say if I could be a head football offensive lineman, chocolate chip cookie, beer taster, that's my dream job.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing.
That won't pay the bills.
No, unfortunately, no.
So got to do something else with it. But to sit there and look at what you do in a full day of sales day, where you shift your work 3 hours to the early morning so that you can not take lunch in addition, and get there to then help coach 13, 14-year-old boys that are in that age where they don't want to listen. They're figuring out high school. They're doing this.
Oh, yeah.
You're teaching those kids and parents a heck of a lot more just about X's and O's.
And that's what I love about the game of football. There's so many parallels to just life in general. Yeah. My huge thing with the freshmen this year, and we have a group of freshmen. We have a really good group of freshmen. When we as a collective unit and team choose to do, and I don't say that as if we're not having all of our players wanting to come out and like people are coming back. Like, no, it is a team. Football is a true team sport. You have to have all 11 guys doing the exact thing they're being told to do and fighting to the end against another 11 that are doing the exact same thing, and it has to be perfect for it to work. And it's a huge task just to do that alone and then ignore all the mental side of things. That's just the X's and O's. And my huge thing has been choices and opportunities. We don't wait for opportunities to come. We choose to take opportunities, and we take them when they're granted, and we force opportunities to come our way. And as the weeks have progressed with this group of freshmen, it is clear that has been taken to heart. And there's a lot of the freshmen in this group that have adopted that into their mental capacity in some shape or fashion, whether that be in life, school, football, clubs outside of football and school, whatever it may be. And ultimately, that's why I love coaching. I get a mentor through an avenue that I know really well, and that's the X's and O's of football. But I get to mentor them through that avenue and get to be a little kid myself at some times and get to joke around with a bunch of 14 and 15-year-olds after I've been at an office and factories with a bunch of blue-collar dudes welding and putting together steel framing.
No, it's definitely a highlight at the end of the day, getting ready to go to practice. It's all right, I've been doing this all day, or I've been in classes all day. Now I get to hang out with 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids who love football just as much as you do, and they're out there with the same goals.
Yeah, and
it's awesome.
And enjoy it and want something bigger than just okay and just average, but the want and the drive to achieve something that in a lot of kids' minds is an impossible task. That's a huge part of what I love about this. I've fallen in love with this coaching is showing kids the impossible is never impossible. And it's all a mindset. So we have one kid who, Coach, I'll never be able to be a wide receiver. Why is that, bud? I can't catch a ball. Okay. How many balls have you tried to catch? Not a whole lot. If I throw 100 balls at you a day, every day, from July to October, do you think you'll learn to catch a ball? Maybe. So I'm going to throw 100 balls at you every day. And we're going to achieve what you thought was impossible because you can do it. And I'm going to teach you how to do it. I'm going to teach you how to work.
That's absolutely awesome. So you have goals to keep coaching?
I'm at a crossroads. And I told Cruz this last year, I would love to continue to coach if I have a career and an employer that will allow me to. Yeah. And I'm very blessed that I have an employer that is allowing me to do this and is working with my schedule and did so without a fight. He's like, oh yeah, sure, whatever, cool. Right. Coming straight out of college, right. I may add, which is, there's all this. But I have this huge ask for 10 weeks out of the year. I have to do this, and if I don't, I'm not going to be happy. Right. Because this is a part of my calling in life. Right. And I want to do this and help the next generation of kids however I can. This is how I can do it. That's awesome. And my employer going, I think that's great. I think you should do it. Right. That's fine. That's awesome. Really? I thought I was having to beg and I have to take a pay cut. Like, really? He's like, no. I think it's great. That's great. So as long as I am in a career and it makes sense for me and my family, because at the end of the day, I'm not in the building, I'm not teaching, so it's not very easy for me to do it. But as long as I have an avenue to do it, it will always be an opportunity that I will take. Yeah, that's great. Ryan, what would you say to your younger self?
Well, let's see.
A lot that you could say.
Yeah, I know. There is. There really is.
Choose your words wisely.
I'll put it academically. I'll go academically and then athletically. Just stay on top of my stuff, on top of your workload. Now, being older and taking education classes, imagine if I would have done this right the first time, or was this bought in as I am now. So academics, they can take you into your athletic future, and that's something I didn't quite realize when I was in high school. I was like, I'll let my athletic ability take me into college, and then that doesn't really work.
There's a lot of good athletes.
Yeah, there's a lot of good athletes. Are you really good academically? If you're that, you're pretty much 1%. You're 1% or 6%.
You find out real quick. I was number one at my school, and then you go to college, and yep. Everyone was number one at their school. Yep, gosh. Now I have 150 number ones at my school at one school. Right.
But no, definitely just stay on top of your academics, and then not being able to for athletics, not being afraid to put the work in. Yep. A lot of the kids, it's senior week, so they've been giving their speeches, and that's something they've all really been saying. It's like in the off season, go ahead and put that extra work in because you can't get it back, and now they're seniors. Don't be afraid to put the work in. There's always someone working just as hard, if not harder, somewhere else. So really be where your feet are, be bought into the situation, and that's really about my biggest
Well, don't sell
advice.
yourself short. My mom, it took her 20 years to get through undergrad. So the fact that you had some hiccups there, but you stuck with it, and you're going to be done in how long?
2 months, really.
2 months. Yeah. You're going to be done? Yeah. So you're there. It's going to be awesome. No one can ever take that away.
It feels so good.
It feels so good. How many people stop and then don't go back? Yeah. Put yourself in that bucket. Yeah.
No,
that's awesome. Nate, what would you say to your younger self?
Golly, I honestly think I give the same answer every time, but it's true. Coming from someone who has a lot of learning disabilities and has had not a very clear and easy path in his younger life, with having to be homeschooled at a young age just to be caught up to his peers, where my peers were reading at grade level and I was reading 4 grade levels below. And my battle with that, you asked me as a freshman or a sophomore in high school, I thought I was going to go into the Marines or Army or somewhere because I thought I ain't cut out for this. I'm going to have to take this route and figure it out from there because I'm not smart enough for it. I really wish, and I always say this, I was able to get a hold of 7th, 8th grade me and just say, believe in yourself. In every other aspect of life, you believe in yourself. But within this one where it's your hardest thing and it's your biggest mountain to climb, you don't believe in yourself. And I dug myself a hole my beginning years of high school, and I had to work my ass off just to be able to play college due to it. And I had an opportunity to. And as a junior, I saw that. And I had to really work hard and be gritty and put in a lot of time just to catch up to be able to do that. and the payout was tenfold of the work I put in. And I wish every kid, regardless of circumstance or situation, would be able to, at a younger age, realize that pain is temporary and the reward at the end is so much sweeter than any of the hardships that are in front and the present.
It's both of your stories. You have to go through some adversity, and what you learn about a negative situation
absolutely.
leapfrogs and turns it into a positive.
Absolutely.
Those are two great answers.
And for any younger kid that may or may not be listening, I don't know about you. College was way easier than high school, in my opinion.
Right now, for me, it is, yes.
Yeah, honestly, in my first 2 years too, it was just learning how to manage my time.
Yep.
But just management is really what is the hardest part of college. And luckily, my hard work in my later years of high school forced me to be very prepared for that. And college was a cakewalk for me.
But you were dedicated to it, and you fell in love with the classes, and you learned, and you loved to learn, and it worked out well. Two great answers. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. So you can collaborate on this next one. How many would be in your pod if you had to take down a hippo?
Oh, God, it's the hippo. I've been thinking about this question, I don't even know for how long. Since, I think the first podcast you put out, because I've been listening ever since, because I have to. Because I get quizzed on it from your daughter every now and then. And I'm like, ugh. But, so what are the rules again?
How big is the hippo?
Oh, you get no weapons. It's a full-size adult male hippo.
Oh, male hippo. That's something that's
either
okay.
One, female or male. It's an adult. We're not picking on Fiona. You guys want to go pick on that?
Oh, I could put Fiona in a headlock.
Right.
No, you couldn't.
No, not now. Maybe when she was like 2 weeks.
But no weapons. How many people would you have in your group?
Do traps count as weapons? No. Traps do not count as weapons.
No. Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's bare hands. This is mono e hippo.
Mono e hippo. I don't know. I feel like if we could lure it under a tree and we had a bunch of people up in the tree and jumped on its back and just try and wait, like we just dogpiled it.
It's going to have to be like 20 on one.
Oh, 20? No. 20? No, God, no, dude.
50,
hippo,
man.
50? At least.
So here's my new take on this is that I'm going to get on a bike.
You're going to get on a bike.
Because
Interesting.
hippos
I've seen you on a bike.
are faster
It's interesting.
than humans running, and they swim faster than humans.
Yeah, I'm staying away from water.
Hippo will never compete in a triathlon.
Wow, that's great. That's a great dad joke. That's a great dad joke. Really? That's where we're going with this?
I had to.
Final answer, lock me in at 75. And I know my top 11 dudes I'm calling saying, hey, man,
But who's
I don't know what we're doing. I don't know where we're going.
Somebody's
I got a
going
problem,
first.
though.
Somebody's going to have their name.
Oh,
on
I'm
the
leading the
plaque.
charge. I'm leading the charge.
You're going to have the memorial plaque where you
Tricking
led
them.
the charge.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we can corner it somehow.
Right.
We can trap it.
Yeah.
But you can't
Anything
trap.
else you guys want to add? It's been a good conversation.
No.
Anything you missed? Anything?
No,
I've enjoyed my time.
this is great.
Some good quality conversation.
I love what you're doing for the community and all the aspects, what you're doing with your Y Loveland and all this. And I think it's great. And I love to just sit back and watch you do your work in that capacity.
Awesome.
I love to be a part of this, dude. It's great.
The Y Loveland's excellent.
Yeah. And that's honestly here. Well, I'll go out this salesman. I think a lot of kids don't realize that, hey, I may be number one here athletically, academically, or whatever. I'm going to go to this so-and-so school, and because I'm great, so I'm going to go to a place where a bunch of great people go. But people forget, if we're going to a place where a bunch of great people are, you're just going to have that much more competition. And if that's what you want and you want to excel at, that's the mountain you want to climb, go for it. I'm not saying don't. But there's opportunities that are most likely in your backyard that will make you shine.
Yep.
And it made me shine.
Everyone has different goals. A lot
Absolutely.
of kids would rather be on a better team at a school and be the holder and never play. I got to play as a sophomore.
Yeah.
On a very good team after a state championship run. You
Yeah.
couldn't have done that at other schools.
No,
if you
probably
want to
not.
play and get on the field, you should probably consider staying at Loveland. If you want to go somewhere where you can be part of the Facebook crowd and mom and dad can put a picture of you up, win in a few more games, and you never see the field, then go for it.
And I think an aspect of that too is if that's what you want, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. But don't have an expectation that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of kids that get pitched an unrealistic expectation because they're being sold on something.
And that's the goal of why Loveland. It's not to talk kids out of going to another school.
No.
It's to make sure that they evaluate it correctly and the parents look
Mm-hmm.
at it and understand that we don't have school A, school B. We have school A, school B, and Loveland, and we compare them equally to help you make the right decision. Because the worst thing is seeing a kid that stops playing the sport or transfers back their senior year, and then they've lost 3 years of time that they could have built and been part of something special.
Yeah, I know that all too well with current players and former players that I played with.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
I think why Loveland, I think it's great. We're 2 Loveland alumni, is very fortunate for where we're at.
And the opportunities that Loveland gives alone. One that I was a part of that's not even part of football, Tigers Inc. within the school with Craig Mernan. Huge mentor of mine. I'm still in contact with him. I'm trying to plan something with him, hopefully in the near future, to come in and talk to the class. I was the founding alum of that program, and I have immense pride in that. It actually got me in the door for a lot of job interviews.
Right.
And that was in high school. Not many people can say I was a part of the first business-oriented class in the state of Ohio. And here's my certificate and a picture with the governor proving it.
That's awesome. Great. Thanks, guys. Coach Ryan Baggs, as everybody calls him. It's been great getting to know you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for being a mentor to my son and his
Thank you.
friends. They really enjoy your football knowledge and
I
your
enjoy
leadership.
coaching them.
It's been a lot of fun.
They're a great
Nate,
group.
Continue taking care of my most prized possession, my daughter. Taking good care of her, if you will. And it's been great to get to know you, both of you guys. So both of you, if I can be a reference for you in any part of your career and anything you strive to do, just let me know. So, thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
This episode is sponsored by Cappy's Wine and Spirits in downtown Loveland. Tap room, bottle shop, meeting place, great music, gift ideas, and just a traditional watering hole. Cappy's continues to shine during the extended summer with some great music and fundraisers. Thank you, Coach Bagnoli and Coach Holman, for spending time with me this week. Best of luck in your careers, and look forward to seeing you both around the land of love. Peace.